Both wear nearly identical Iron Man armor. Yet Tony Stark's suit evolved into a close combat machine, while Rhodey's armor became a flying arsenal packed with weapons. How did two armors with the same origin end up taking completely opposite paths? First, their identities are fundamentally different. Rhodey is a colonel in the US Air Force, deeply shaped by traditional military strategy. In the military mindset, overwhelming firepower solves almost every problem. Rhodey doesn't need flashy transformations or complicated combat tricks. What he needs is the ability to unleash the most concentrated barrage of weapons in the shortest amount of time. His job is suppression and battlefield clearing. Because of that, the evolution of War Machine's armor has always revolved around one simple idea: add more weapons, more ammunition, and stronger firepower. Tony Stark is completely different. At his core, is an inventor and a futurist. To Tony, the armor isn't just a weapon, it's an extension of his own body. The enemies he usually faces aren't waves of soldiers. They're powerful individuals like Ultron or Thanos. Against enemies on that level, normal bullets and missiles barely make a difference. Tony often has to close the distance, search for weaknesses, and concentrate energy directly into punches, blades, or precise strikes to cause real damage. Their battlefield roles are also different. Rhodey's role within the Avengers is heavy fire support. During the Wakanda battle in Infinity War, Rhodey practically holds an entire section of the battlefield on his own. His incendiary missiles and carpet bombing attacks are perfect for wiping out massive numbers of enemies at once. For Rhodey, staying at a distance and projecting firepower is the safest and most effective strategy. After all, he represents the discipline and tactics of a modern military force focused on large-scale battlefield control. Tony's opponents rarely give him that luxury. They don't just stand still and wait for missiles to hit. In Civil War, when Tony fights Captain America and the Winter Soldier inside a tight, closed space, the battle makes him realize how important close-range combat really is. That fight forces Tony to rethink how his armor should evolve. After that, nanotechnology changes everything. Tony's nano armor allows him to reshape the entire suit instantly during battle. He can gather energy into a shield to block attacks, create boosters to increase the impact of a punch, or even form short blades for close-range combat. This level of flexibility gives Tony a huge tactical advantage. Heavy artillery armor simply can't match that kind of adaptability. There's also a technological difference between them. Rhodey's armor mostly relies on traditional mechanical systems and physical ammunition. Even though Tony upgrades it over time, Rhodey prefers stable and proven weapons rather than experimental systems. Those weapons may be heavy and limited by ammunition, but their destructive power and intimidation factor are undeniable. That's why War Machine's armor needs to be large and heavily built to hold massive ammunition stores and cooling systems. Tony, however, fully embraces nanotechnology after Civil War. His armor becomes something closer to liquid metal. Instead of being locked into a fixed shape, the suit can redistribute its nanites instantly. Under the same mass, forming a vibrating blade or a concentrated energy pulse can produce far more destructive force per area than firing a small missile. Tony's direction is to turn himself into the weapon. In the end, their armors represent two completely different combat philosophies. Tony focuses on mobility, adaptability, and tactical creativity. Rhodey focuses on maximum firepower and battlefield suppression. One pushes the limits of personal combat, while the other dominates the battlefield with overwhelming force. So which armor style do you think is stronger? Iron Man's adaptive nano-combat system, or War Machine's unstoppable firepower platform? If you had to choose one suit in real life, which one would you pick? Tell me your answer in the comments.